Hey, hey. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So, on the daily drive today, something that's really really has been heavy on my heart and my mind for the last several weeks, months. So, in the political arena, one of the consistent discussion, argument, political strategy subjects has been gun control. And I really struggle with extremists. I don't care what subject it is. Extremists on one side or the other. When you have an extremist mentality, there is no compromise. There is no finding any middle ground. There's no working through a process, because those who have extreme views and feelings and philosophies on things, they are unwilling to compromise whatsoever. They're unwilling to say, okay, well, here's where I stand, here's where you stand. How can we find a middle ground? How can we find a way for whatever my issue is, whatever your issue is, how can we find a way to make this work? Extremists don't do that. And on the gun issue, we have a huge extreme split on us as civilians in the political arena. It's crazy. Now, here's where it gets complicated for me. Well, I don't think complicated is not the right word. Here's where it just gets hard for me. I'm a gun owner. I'm a hunter. I'm a Second Amendment believer. But with all that said, part of the discussion that I don't hear anything about, because once again, it's only the extremists who we really hear anything about. The part of the conversation I'm not hearing about right now is the responsibility of being a gun owner, and more importantly, especially since it's the concealed and open carry conversation that's going around in a lot of states right now, is the sheer responsibility of us as gun owners. And if we're going to conceal or open carry, our responsibility for carrying that. And here's why it's really been sitting so heavy on me. It has to do with Facebook and social media and YouTube. They're great platforms. Unfortunately, they're also great platforms for some pretty dark content to get out there. So there's a lot of videos rolling around right now of true life shootings, whether they're legitimate police officer shootings, or if they're just civilian shootings. Just a few days ago, we had a police officer shot and killed right here. There's been several civilian legal carry situations where the self-defense, there's an issue back home right now that there's a self-defense shooting. A gentleman killed another guy because of self-defense. And that's been heavy on me lately, because when I choose to carry a weapon, I carry the burden and responsibility of the use of that weapon. Now, the argument is completely legitimate that I have every right, and I truly believe this, I have every right to defend myself in any way possible. Though once I have that weapon, I have the control of life and death. The side of the equation that says that we should not have guns or we should not carry guns, they use that as a big part of their platform. saying that no one person should have the right responsibility to hold someone else's life in their hands. The other side of the equation says that we absolutely have that right if someone is threatening us. The middle ground, in my opinion, is yes, we have the right to defend ourselves. And the reality of our society right now is that criminals are going to have guns, period. Criminals are going to have knives. Criminals are going to have tasers. Criminals are going to have weapons that they feel put themselves above their victims, put themselves in control of their victims. And as soon as the victim has a weapon of equal or mightier strength, then that situation changed significantly. And that's been proven time and time and time again. I'm not sitting here telling anybody that we should all have guns. I'm not saying that none of us should have guns. What I'm saying is, in this discussion nationwide, is we need to make sure that we're thinking about the weight and responsibility of what we're doing. I'm still a gun owner. I'm going to have guns forever. But when I'm out in public, when I'm out in the community, and I'm going through my daily, I look at people, I look at situations, I'm keeping track of exits. That's just kind of who I am. I more than often think about, okay, if something goes sideways, what are my options? I don't carry, so that's not an option, but that's been going through my head a lot lately. So, guys, I appreciate you listening to me ramble about this. It's been something that's been heavy on my mind and on my heart. I'm really curious about what you think about it, about the situation, pro or con, but please don't be extreme about it. Be common sense about it if you don't mind. If you guys like what you're hearing, if you kind of like my topics, my daily drives, subscribe if you don't mind. I'd truly appreciate it. Hit like in the bottom. You guys are amazing. I love you to death. Have a great day.